But husbands, I really want to put this back on us and say, it is our job to put sin away, to practice self-control, to love your wife and not be harsh with them, to make it easy for your wife to submit to you, to make it easy for your wife to give her all to you, knowing that she's not going to be cut, knowing that she's not going to be trashed on because of our attitudes towards them. This one fleshness is the man. Just as Christ is the head of his church, the husband is the head of his household. Our salvation, all that we are, is reliant on who Christ is. When we submit ourselves to him, we know that he is good. We know that he is faithful and just to forgive us of our sins and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. And that's the same for a woman. Our wives need to be secure, safe, and willing to give all of themselves to us, knowing that we're not going to destroy them in the process. Okay? Going on, Colossians 3, verse 20, it says, "Children, obey your parents in everything, for this pleases the Lord." Now, those of you that are parents, how many of you love this verse? Children, obey your parents, it pleases the Lord. You don't want to make baby Jesus cry, do you? Right? Finish your dinner. Okay? Because Jesus said so. Because I said so. Right? I'm kind of joking, but you know who you are that refuse this, right? You know who you are. I'm looking at you, Dales. That's right. So children, obey your parents because this is pleasing to the Lord. Now, I can get used to that. But check this out. The very next verse, bam, fathers, do not provoke your children lest they become discouraged. Guess who it's back on now? Dads, husbands, the man. Okay? This is all about us, those of you who are men along with me. Children, obey your parents, but fathers, don't provoke them, lest they become discouraged. Discouraged from what? Discouraged from following Jesus. If you are a father and you provoke your children, you're a total butthead to your kids, maybe you push their buttons, maybe you are a hypocrite in front of them. With one face you show Christianity at church and you go home and show them another face. I know this really well. My stepdad was the worst of this. Provoke your children. That's what he did. He forgot about the first part and of do not provoke your children. He thought that it meant provoke your children, because he provoked me a lot. I mean, even to the point, this is really silly, but I can remember driving home. I grew up in Hawaii, and I can remember driving home from Kailua on the north side of the island over the Leaky Tunnel, those of you who've been there. And we're driving up this mountain, going through a tunnel, and I remember crying in the backseat of the car. Okay, I was probably 8, right? I remember crying in the backseat of the car because I really liked WWF wrestling. And he was relentless in telling me that it was fake and that it was not real and that it was dumb for me to like it. I loved it and I thought it was real and I wanted it to be real because Jake the Snake Roberts and I had the same birthday. Okay? We were tight. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, all these guys were my heroes, and then The Undertaker came and made it all dark and weird. So, but he's telling me, and I'm excited about it because I love WWF. I think it's called WWE now. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, WWF, back when it was real, and he was trying to tell me that it wasn't real. This is ridiculous. And I remember crying in the back of the car because he was provoking me. And it's a silly picture, but don't we do that a lot of times? We provoke our children, we push their buttons, we give them no's for the sake of no's. We discipline for behavior, not to shepherd their heart. When we discipline them, sometimes because we just don't like what they're doing, rather than because we really care about where their heart is at. That's provoking your children. And if we Christian men continue to do that, they will become discouraged. They won't want to follow Jesus when it's time, because we have been a poor example of what it means to be a godly man. This is weighty stuff, dads, husbands, men. And what I'm doing tonight is I don't want to put you in a place of guilt and shame again. I want to put you in a place that says the Bible is about Jesus. We need to be in response, we need to worship him in response with our actions. Maybe there's things that you need to cut out from your life. Don't just put your head to the plow and say, I gotta stop doing this, gotta stop doing this. Look at Jesus and Jesus, I worship you. I love you. I thank you for giving me your life. And in return, I'm going to be obedient to you and lay down these things.